What's up, everyone? How's it going? Angel from Double MMA here, and today I want to talk about the 5 UFC performances that disappointed me the most. We had a pretty successful stream yesterday. I'm recording this on Sunday. I was live streaming the Kobe Covington fight, and I had a lot of fun with that. If you guys want to see more streams, let me know. We can definitely do that. But without further ado, let's get started with the video. So the first fight, I want to do honorable mention. The first fight that kind of disappointed me was Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. I feel like a lot of us were expecting Bo Nickel to go in there and surprise us with, by submitting him or knocking Paul Craig out or whatever. But as we saw, he kind of went in there, didn't do much of anything but 1-2, land the overhand. I feel like a lot of us, me included, felt that performance was extremely underwhelming. This is the second time in a row where Bo Nickel's getting booed by the crowd. I feel like the UFC is starting to realize their mistake in pushing him too soon. He's just not that guy, pal, you know. But as an honorable mention, let's get to our number 5 spot. O'Malley Dulashvili. Oh man, am I the only one who, when I saw this, I was like, all right, let's see Sean O'Malley knock out Merab. No one likes Merab, right? Let's see him lose finally. But the fight of the night comes. Sean O'Malley's been talking all this talk. I want to knock you out with his left hand. You're gonna get knocked out, you gremlin looking dude. You're basically talking the most smack. And just kind of gets dominated. Yeah, I remember the official decisions. I think it was like 3 rounds robbed, and like maybe a round or two to O'Malley. And you know, MMA Guru made his own video talking about how O'Malley might have won that fight, but it wasn't what we were expecting, man. It was just kind of a letdown. We're expecting, like, I don't know, I feel like the whole world is expecting Sean O'Malley to go out there, do his thing on the biggest of stages ever, the UFC sphere, and he underdelivered. It was incredibly disappointing, and I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. And I just hope whenever he comes back, he fights not for the belt, but for somebody that can get up to a belt. I think honestly he just needs one fight and then fights for the belt. He's a former champ, even though he had like a pretty lame little reign or whatever. Only one defense against Marlon Vera, I think it was number 6, but then bumped to number 5 or whatever. And yeah, I was pretty let down by his performance. Next fight we're gonna talk about Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso, the third one. Man, bro, it's one thing where I'm Mexican and the whole nation was going for Alexa Grasso. She had a lot of momentum, you know. She was arguably losing like the second fight, but just had a lot of good moments, you know. I think she knocked her down once, then like had her in a bad position as neck in time. Whatever, the first fight was with a draw. What can we do about it? But then the third fight comes around a year in the making, literally a year apart. Like, they couldn't fight. I get it, they wanted Alexa for the sphere, but come on, man. The division is stagnant now. Like, who even cares about the women's flyweight division anymore? But the night of the fight, man, Shevchenko, good on her. She goes out there to try to get the victory, but she did it by the easiest means necessary, and all that means is she just kind of wet blanket Alexa. And yeah, I mean, it takes 2 to tango, and maybe Alexa should have worked on like wrestling to get out of that. But like, I don't know, man. It's just she was doing everything to stay in a position to win. Like, in the grappling, she was not trying to advance position to get a submission or anything like that. The only submissions that I really do remember from that fight are from Alexa trying to jump a guillotine or whatever, and it looked kind of tight here and there, but you know, not enough to win. And we have a new queen at flyweight. Couldn't be more disappointed, to be honest. And the fight was just a major letdown. Like, imagine watching Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega and then watching this. Like, bro, it was just, man, bro, disappointing. Next fight, Strickland versus Costa, man. This was during what I like to call the dark ages of the UFC, where they were trying to recover from the talent that they overstacked in UFC 300. And because of that, they just didn't have the people they needed, you know. Everyone, all the good names were basically taken up at 300. So we had like, before this it was 301, and literally headlined by Pantoja, co-main by Jose Aldo, like come on. And this one headlined by Islam and Poirier. Great main event. They needed something with extra sauce on it. They threw Strickland Costa, kind of undeservingly for Costa. Imagine he won and got a title shot. Imagine he was the one fighting Duplessis right now. But the fight comes around and it's an absolute stinker. But again, I think this is another thing where it just takes two to tango, you know. Strickland was doing what he needed to win the easiest method, and he got it done. I don't know if we can hate on him for that or not, but can we blame him, man? Costa did not want to enter the range without getting teeped or jabbed in the face. And if bro's not willing to engage, well, guess what? We're going to have a really boring fight. And honestly, very disappointed with the outcome. Now, since this performance, Sean Strickland has become synonymous with "for you fucking guys," and like he doesn't live up to it, you know. That's the meme, you know. Bro wants to go to war and back, but jabs and teeps. But I don't know. I feel like hopefully his fight with Duplessis, this rematch, is more entertaining. Their first fight was pretty good. It was a back and forth war, and I think Duplessis has what it takes to take it to Sean, and hopefully it's a fun fight. But this was very lackluster. Next fight, the most recent letdown in recent memory: Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. This is the fight that was supposed to save UFC 310, that made it worth our while, you know. We lost the main event in Shavkat versus Bilal. They were scrambling to find something. Pereira was thrown in the mix. Usman, JDM, Covington, all these names were getting thrown around to fight for interim belt. But at the end of the day, they decided no interim belt, and they'll just make undefeated versus undefeated. And there's all this talk about somebody's out has got to go, this and that. And the fight of the night came, and that's all we can say about it. Nothing really happened. There's a whole bunch of clinching against the fence, pitter patter shots. Ian having a good round 5, but being unable to finish a rear naked choke. Like, well, bro, come on. You train with Charles Oliveira, the most submissions in UFC history, and you cannot finish a rear naked choke? Lock in, bro. Come on. And it just, I believe a lot of us are expecting a war, someone to get slumped. Or not even to get slumped, but like just for it to be an exciting fight, and it was a clinch fest. And I feel like it was a big letdown. It was such a letdown that people are now saying Bilal can be Shavkat, which he may well be. And if the UFC comes to Chicago, please, Dana, please, bro. He was talking about UFC Chicago yesterday. Please, bro, bring UFC Chicago. I'll be so happy, dude. I'll drop like $1,000 on tickets to be as close as I can to the action, bro. I've been stuck in nosebleeds because of my financial situation, but please, I love that shit, bro. I would love it. That's what I'm starting to save up right now to go. But yeah, this shit was such a letdown that I think both of their stock kind of fell. Or maybe Shavkat's stock fell. I don't know. Ian Gary after the fight was talking about that. Man, bro, I did what I did to bro, no one else could do, and this and that. Like, he was celebrating the loss like a victory. And I mean, yeah, he did better than everyone thought, but pipe down, buddy, you still lost. But yeah, this fight was just very disappointing. But now, our number one spot. What do you guys think it is? If you can guess in the comments, I owe you $1. Let me know if you got it. But our number one most disappointing fight was Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kape. Dude, bro, this shit was in the making for such a long time, bro. They were beefing in the studios, in the gym, literally jumping each other, bro. This was like literally supposed to be the fight of the year, the biggest build-up. And then when the pay-per-view was coming around, they announced that it was going to be on the prelims and not on the main card. Everyone thought, what the hell, why? This fight's going to be so epic, they're going to go after it. Dana White said, well, womp womp. And then the night of the fight comes. And maybe this, I've been saying that a lot, but that's just how this shit feels, man. The night of the fight comes, they walk in, not even, they barely walk into the cage, they're ready to throw hands right away. They look like they're about to ravage each other. They look like they have day one ops. As soon as the bell rings, crickets. Absolutely nothing. Kicks here and there. Cop being the ultimate tentative man he is. Nothing. I think the most ironic part about this fight was when Makayev pulled down his shorts and was exposed Makinel Cop's butt cheeks to the crowd. Wasn't very Muslim of you, Maji. But yeah, bro got his cheeks exposed on live. And that was the highlight of the fight. What an extreme letdown. Dana White in the press conference was talking about, yeah, man, when these people will be talking about they're going to throw hands, this and that, typically when it's time to throw their hands, they don't. And we saw that night, man. I couldn't be more disappointed. I remember I was telling my friends, oh, man, it's going to be a good one. And then we were just sitting there like this. Damn, bro. This shit was so ass, bro. I could not believe it. But that's going to do it for my quick list. This is a quick little video for you guys. I'm going to start posting every day. Well, every weekday. Be on the lookout for that. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're trying to get up there. We're getting ready for the biggest drought of UFC content. So, man, it's going to be hard to make original content. But be on the lookout. But until then, this has been Angel from Double MMA. Catch you in the next one. Peace.